Hey guys, I'm Doug Schauf with the Make Maine Your Home team over at Remax Oceanside, your trusted realtor here in Maine. And today we're going to talk about how to find the perfect home here in Maine and what you should consider so you can set yourself up to find that dream house that you're looking for. So whenever you're looking to make a move, we always kind of talk about being prepared, be prepared about what to expect and what you want. And the first thing that we look at is understanding what your needs are. We always start with a pretty detailed consultation, and we start with personalizing that to identify what you're looking for, your proximity to whatever you need, whether it's oceanfront living, school systems are your concern, outdoor recreation. We just want to talk about and think about what your lifestyle is, what you want to expect. And basically a lifestyle assessment is what you're looking at there, and just kind of get a real good feel for exactly what you need so you can start to hone in on the type of house in the area that you want to be in. And speaking of area, we want to match you with the right areas here in Maine. Maine is very diverse as far as the location and what you can do and how you want to do it. And you want to get local expertise, whether you're talking to a real estate broker in certain areas, maybe even, come and visit certain towns and talk to the locals is a great thing to do. There's a lot of charming towns out there, and we've done videos on a lot of things like Cape Elizabeth, Kennebunkport, Portland, other places further out, maybe like Gray or Durham. We've done a lot of videos on towns throughout Maine, but you're going to want to really hone in on those specific areas so you get some local feel from it. Talk to the people, talk to experts in those areas. So the other thing to consider when you're looking for your perfect home here in Maine is your finances, your budget. You really want to be focused in and as detailed as you can around your finances, and just make sure you're over prepared. So when you do find that perfect home, not only are you able to jump on it, but you'll know if you can afford it right away without having to put too much thought into it. One thing that we do is we will refer you to some trusted lenders that we work with often, and that can be very helpful. That way you can get pre-approved for a mortgage. If you're paying cash, great. Then you know your budget and we can look at what you need and what you want. Pre-approval assistance, we can help you out with that and get you in touch with one of these lenders and ultimately get you pre-approved so you know exactly what you can afford, and you know what all the costs are, when purchasing a home. Not that there's hidden costs, but there are costs that aren't, just talked about constantly. There's a lot of closing costs, things like that you're going to want to know about so you can budget accordingly. And also navigating any incentives that are out there for you. For example, there's a lot of special programs for first-time home buyers. Maine State Housing has some great programs. VA loans, which are some of the best loans out there for veterans, well-deserved. And, if you can use those benefits and those perks and incentives, you should. And you should look into them. And anyway, this is the time to get educated about it. So again, when you do find that perfect home, you can jump on it. So I think it's pretty obvious by now that I'm a real estate broker here in the state of Maine. So if you are looking to purchase a home here or sell your house or make a move, we would love to help you out. We cover the lion's share of Southern Maine, and we'd be happy and honored to help you out with your move. A comment below. All our contact information is in the description, so please feel free to reach out. We respond very quickly. And also subscribe. All this content that we put out every week, we talk about everything to do with Maine. So subscribe and hit that little bell so you're notified when new episodes come out. And thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it. So the next step in the process, after you've kind of done your due diligence around where you want to be, what you can afford, and you're prepared that way, is going out and finding your home. And that's kind of the fun part. I mean, who doesn't like looking at houses? Sitting on your couch at night with your iPad or whatever, just kind of your phone, just looking at homes. It's really kind of nice looking at the photos and getting used to what's out there. That's great. As a realtor, what we do a lot for our clients is we really hone in on maybe trying to find you properties that aren't on the market and, coming soon to the market, just being plugged into the real estate world. We kind of do that a lot for our clients. So you do want to talk to a professional, not just a lender, but also a real estate broker that's plugged in. If you're moving here from afar, we can do virtual showings. Technology and COVID actually helped out a lot of that. We did a lot of Zoom meetings over the last few years, but we've gotten really good at doing things like that, like giving you a virtual tour of a property, open houses you can go to. We need to do virtual tours from open houses. We've done that as well. Do a lot of drive-bys if you are in the area. You know, when you see a property hit the market that might be competitive, it's probably worth to get out there and drive by. Make sure you're going to enjoy the location and get a good feel for the house before you actually even go inside it. But that's kind of the fun part, is like searching for that home and really kind of getting used to it. And we highly recommend going to a lot of open houses because it'll give you a feel for what you like and what you don't like. So by seeing a lot of houses will kind of shine some light on what your style is, so you can find that perfect property here in Maine. So now going through some logistics, after you find the perfect house, what do you do? First thing is obviously making an offer. Or not obviously, maybe you don't know how that works, but what you do is you make an offer. And here in the state of Maine is you write a contract for sale. And that's your offer that you submit to the seller in most cases. So if the seller likes your offer and they sign off on it, you're under contract. Before you make that offer though, there's a few things that you want to do. Market analysis. Nobody wants to overpay for a house. So market analysis can really help hone in on, is the asking price, is it worth it? Or is it undervalued? Maybe you got to go above it to win over the house. But doing your market analysis can really help in making the right offer. Negotiation. Use experts. We obviously, real estate brokers, we're trained in negotiation, and we can help you out a lot with that. We have years of experiences, whether we're negotiating for you as a buyer or a seller, and we can walk through the strategies that help get you the best deal on your house, whether you're buying or selling. Contingency planning. You want to make sure that you're contingent on everything that you need to be contingent on. Whether you want to make sure that you do an inspection or you're financing, or if you're selling a house, you need to make it contingent on selling your house. There's a lot of those contingencies out there that you're going to want to be mindful and prepared for. And of course, we could talk you through all those if needed. Now, the obvious last step is going to closing and buying the house. But before we get to that, we do got to get through all those contingencies that we just talked about. If you're doing a home inspection, we want to do that. Dive in, hire an inspector, make sure that the house isn't falling over. But you want to make sure that there's nothing major wrong, so you can negotiate those things out if needed. Transaction coordination. We're going to help you as real estate brokers oversee like deadlines and paperwork and communication. There is a lot of moving parts when you're purchasing a home, especially if you're financing it with a mortgage. There's just a ton of stuff that you got to look after. Appraisals, paperwork. The lender's going to want to pull everything from you, including, blood work and firstborn. I'm just kidding about that. And then as we get closer to closing, we're going to want to do a final walkthrough and then ultimately go and sign some papers at closing. You might have done some research on closing and heard like maybe some horror stories. It's pretty rare that there's any horror stories at the closing table. Everything should be completed by that point in time. Yes, there's a lot to sign, but it's really, everything's done and it should just be sign. Get your keys, off you go. Move into your new home and just live your life and have fun. It's the perfect place. That's what you're buying. So, hey guys, we got you to closing on your perfect house. Congratulations. Move in, enjoy the rest of your life. And, again, if you need help with any of this, reach out to us. All our contact information is in the description. And we're happy to shine more light on and more details on what exactly we do to help you out in purchasing your dream home here in Maine. And remember, if you make Maine your home, you don't have to do it alone. You got us. Hey, come here. Hey, YouTube thinks you're going to like one of these videos. So click on it and let me know what you think. And remember, come back again soon because we do a video every Friday.